This is me, and I'm on a quest to become the best teammate ever, and I'm only gonna have 24 hours to prove it. There are 3 tasks that I need to complete, and they get progressively more difficult. The first one starts off easy. I need to get all of the crafting materials on the map so my teammates can craft whatever they want. One thing that I didn't realize right away though, is that there's 9 different locations with crafting materials. This meant that I'd have to visit almost every part of the map to complete this challenge. The clock was ticking, so I had to get started quickly. I selected Horizon and let my team know what I was doing.
That sounds amazing.
And just like that, we were off. The first drop was fish farms. While I was currently landing with my team, I'd have to break off solo in order to complete the challenge. So after collecting the 4 capsules, I left and started heading towards the next location. This is the moment I realized that this challenge might be harder than I thought. I'd have to start collecting crafting materials immediately, which meant that I couldn't help my team with any fights, and I wouldn't be able to successfully complete the challenge if both of my teammates weren't alive. It looks like they're both dead. I decided to double back for them, but I ended up dying in the process.
Nice try, man. GG.
You came in style. GG's.
I wasn't worried though, because I queued up again and was back into it. And this time, things were going well. I was on a roll. I had already managed to clear 4 of the 9 locations, and none of my teammates had died. Everything was going perfect. That was until I forgot to heal. I had been running in Storm, and I had been distracted. And meanwhile, my health had slowly been ticking away without me even noticing. My luck only went downhill from here, as I lost game over game because my teammates kept dying and disconnecting. Now this was partially my fault since I wasn't there to help them with fights, but I needed to get the crafting materials, so I saw it as a worthy sacrifice. I'd finally get a breath of fresh air though when the map changed over to Broken Moon. I once again let my team know my intentions, and this time I even had a supporter. Ultimately, none of this made a difference though, as they both ended up dying as well. I knew something had to change. I had already burned 3 hours trying to complete this challenge, so as the map swapped over to Olympus, I decided to also change characters. I'd now be running Pathfinder. I figured that both his grapple and zipline ultimate would be more effective in moving around the map. With the new character selected, I dropped into another game, and this time, I was ready to complete the challenge. I had a strong start clearing 5 different locations with both of my teammates still alive. Everything was going good, and then I saw one of my teammates get knocked. This entire run now rested on Mirage and if he could stay alive. Luckily, he got the revive and they both managed to stay alive. While they were doing that, I cleared out the 6th location and crafted some medkits to keep myself alive in Storm. I cleared out the 7th without problem and soon found myself helping my team in a fight. Yeah, I helped there. After contributing, I moved on and started to grab the 8th location. This meant that I only had 1 more spot to go, and then I could move on to the next challenge. The worst thing happened though. Both of my teammates died. I'd have to divert and heal them, or this whole mission would have to be scrapped. With the respawn coming in, I raced towards the final location. There was 3 final capsules to grab. I completed the first mission and got my teammates 650 crafting materials, but it wasn't over yet. If I wanted to prove that I was indeed the best teammate ever, I'd have to help my team secure the win. There's only 4 squads left, so it seemed possible, except both of my teammates were dead once again, and I was stuck far into Storm with it dealing heavy amounts of damage. My teammate clutched up by letting me know that he had heals in his death box, and after grabbing both their banners and the healing items, I managed to stumble my way into Circle, and that's when I found it. The strongest gun in the game was now in my hand, and I was quick to put it to use. I lucked out and found 1 more respawn within the circle and brought my teammates back one last time. We killed off another squad and it was now a 3v3. That didn't last for long though, since my teammates didn't have any loot they could fight with. That meant I'd have to win this fight alone. It was now a 1v1 against Advantage. My reputation as the best teammate hung in the balance. I won the fight and completed the first challenge. I still had 2 more to go though, and they were going to be even harder than the first one. With challenge 1 completed, I had to immediately move on to the next one since I had already lost 5 hours and only had 19 remaining. Challenge 2 is that I need to collect all of the loot wherever we land. Now this challenge might seem easy, but trust me, it's not. Picking up all of the loot from an area takes a lot of time. Not only do you have to check every building and every corner of that building, you also have to deal with any teams that enter that location while you're looting. After changing my name, I dropped in with my team at Labs. Unfortunately, another team landed on us and we had to deal with them first. Our Pathfinder died as a casualty and instantly disconnected, but that wouldn't stop me from my mission. I threw down my ultimate and started grabbing all of the ammo. Now this would be the easiest part because now I had to manually loot up the rest of the location. Additionally, since an enemy team died at this location, I also had to loot all of the items from their death boxes and bring it over. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough time and now another team was pushing in to steal the loot and I wasn't able to defend it. I jumped right back into it though and started looting up the new location, and my teammates were pretty confused about what I was doing.
Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck is happening?
Wait, what?
Do you see what this guy's doing?
Wait, what? Nothing weird going on here.
And I kept to it while the circle got progressively smaller. My teammates had died, but Wraith stuck around to watch me complete my mission.
Can you just look at the pile for a minute? I appreciate it. Nice. You did a good job, man.
So that's when tragedy struck. Wait, where's all the loot? It all despawned.
No. Dude, what a tragedy. What the fuck?
Apparently, if loot is sitting in the storm for too long, it'll despawn. And I managed to lose nearly all of it. It was nearly 1 a.m. at this point though, so I decided to go to sleep and wake up early to complete the challenges within the remainder of the 24 hours. It was morning again, which meant that it was time to continue. When I checked the time, I realized that 9 hours had gone by, which left me with only 10 hours to complete the final 2 challenges. I dropped back into it and my teammates landed me at Estates. There was multiple teams landing with us, and if I wanted to collect all of the loot, I'd have to kill all of the enemies first. Why, hello there. With everybody dead, I'd now have to run as quick as possible to move all of the loot. I chose to drop stuff in the middle of Estates since it would be the easiest to run back and forth to. I lucked out and was uninterrupted until there was 5 squads left. At this point, I'd already gathered a majority of the loot and just had a couple more buildings to go. There were a couple complications though. Another team was fighting my teammates at Estates, and Storm had closed over my location. Additionally, since the loot was now in Storm, I only had a limited time before it despawned, so I had to be quick. I managed to grab the last final item and bring them down. I let my team know that I finished my mission and then respawned one of them so they could use the loot that I gathered. I also dropped an evac tower so we could escape Storm before it started to deal massive amounts of damage. Unfortunately, it was shot out and we all promptly died to Storm. That's alright though, because this meant that I completed mission 2 and I could move on to the final challenge. My final task was to win a game by only reviving my teammates. I wouldn't be able to pick up any weapons or throw any grenades. I'd have to trust my teammates' skills to win us the game. And if they went down, I had to stop at nothing to get them back up. I got assigned to a squad and it got crazy immediately. There's smokes everywhere. I can't see. And I'm 1 HP. I'm gonna die. Somehow we pulled through that fight, but my teammates were eager to get into another one. This fight lasted for several minutes, with my teammates going down constantly, and eventually it resulted in us being in Storm surrounded by teams. This would be a common trend for the next 5 hours of my life. No matter what I did, I couldn't get our team to a win, and it was becoming a problem since I only had 4 hours left to complete this challenge. The issue was that I couldn't change the outcome of these games by just reviving my allies. If I wanted to step up my game to become the best teammate, I'd have to do more. So, I started to become a distraction. I threw myself at the enemies to distract them, while my teammates would be able to shoot them in the back. This proved to be effective since we started to win more fights than before, and 1 hour later, I found myself in a top 2 position. There was only one other squad. This could be the win that I was looking for. All we had to do was not make any mistakes. Well, our catalyst is gone. My teammate accidentally walked onto the gravity cannon and launched themselves to their death. With me not able to shoot any guns, that meant it was all up to our fuse, and he wasn't up for the challenge either. I only had 3 hours left now, and I once again found myself in a situation with both my teammates knocked. Luckily, I had picked up a gold knockdown shield earlier, so it gave us a fighting chance. I'll get you up. And I'll get you up. And I'll get you up again. My teammates were able to close out the fight, and we quickly found ourselves fighting the final squad. If we lost here, I may not be able to finish this challenge in time. I couldn't worry about that now though, since my teammates were in a fight and they were losing. But I had trained for this moment. Gotta get you back in the fight. Oh no, this is not looking good. Go get him, Pathy. Yes, there it is. The final challenge was completed, and I officially became the best teammate ever.